Welcome to Matt's Garage. It'd be nice if I was actually driving this thing, but not for a while. Since the last time you guys saw me, I've been busy. I took the top off, took the tailgate off, took the lift gate off, laid the windshield down, trying to figure out what I need to replace, what I can keep, stripping bolts, bagging and tagging, keeping things clean, cleaning up over and over again. It's been really, really busy. On top of that, I got my hair cut. Big deal, whoop-de-whoop. And I've been thinking about what the next steps are. So after I get the dash taken out, I got to really start thinking about bracing the body to take it off of the frame. On Craigslist, I found an ad for a body cart. Hopefully the guy doesn't sell it before I go down and pick it up. It looks like a good size and it looks adjustable. The guy put it together like an erector set. It's really interesting. So that'll help me once I get the body off. I went to Everett Steel today and figured out what kind of tubing they sell and in what lengths. So I'm going to measure out the Bronco and figure out what kind of bracing I need. I want to give a special shout out to Nathan, who saved my tail, because he pointed out that once I cut the spot welds on the front end, the tub may want to just open up as I'm sitting now. And in order to keep the fenders and the door gaps aligned, I got to keep this door opening the way it is. So I have to brace it before I do that. Anyway, I'm going to share some of my thinking as we walk around the truck. I'm very open to tips and ideas right now before I weld anything or brace anything or do anything I can't reverse. So let me know what's going on. Oh, the other thing I did was I changed my audio setup. So before I was running like a boom mic on top of the camera, so it would pick up all the ambient noise in the room. And what I've done is I've changed to this lapel mic. I think it's a little bassier, which may be a problem because I have a deep voice, but I also think it'll give more consistent audio and make it more pleasurable to watch. And this is really important, guys, because audio is the key to good video. You can watch a bad video with great audio. You can't watch a great video with bad audio. So let me know, is this an improvement, worse, same? I really need to know, so I make sure I'm putting out good episodes. Oh, I did do one more thing. I mentioned during the break that I picked up this Hobart Ironman 230. Well, you know, it was complete. It was new, but I didn't have gas and I didn't have wire. So I went to the local Central Welding Supply here in Woodinville. I picked up a MIG mix bottle and a roll of 035 and a roll of 023. I've got the 035 on there right now because I'm going to be working on the cart stuff and the heavier duty bracing. And then once I'm finished with that and I go to body work, I'm going to go with the 023. But I did do a test. I hooked up everything. I ran a test weld, and it was it's pretty sweet. It does not lack for power. So I'm excited to get to know this thing and really work on welding, because I've only really dabbled. So this will be the first time I'm doing extensive welding. I'm going to be asking you for advice, so please feel free to answer me at mattsgarageshow@gmail.com. All right? I want the help, so don't be shy. Let me know your thoughts. So for the bracing, I'm going to basically have two bars coming off of the door hinges and attaching at the striker plate, all right? That's one of the ways I'm bracing. Problem is I broke off all three bolts here, and I think that plate needs to be replaced. One, do you agree? I mean, it's probably pretty rusty in there. So I was thinking about notching out the back side of the post, peeling it back, replacing that, closing it, well, maybe spraying some rust converter in there, closing it, welding it shut, doing the top one while I'm here and figuring out how to do it, doing all four like that. While I'm in there, I also need to replace the captive nuts that go here, because I knocked 2 or 3 of them out on the other side. So if you look in there, you don't see any threads. It's just an open hole. So I got to get a nut the right size and weld it in there. So, you know, I can make a couple of openings, like one about that wide, cut, open, do a smaller one here, a big one there, and then a really small one up here on the pillar. So let me know your thoughts about that. When it comes to the bed bracing, what I'm thinking of is doing some flat bar along the hardtop rails here, and then tying square tube in a crisscross fashion across the top here, and then yeah, basically that should give me rigidity both this way and this way. And with the doors, I think that would be enough. Do you think that would be enough? For this next question, I just want to show you an inside shot of the inner fender. The other side is the same. By the way, that's what rats or mice nest looks like in the Pacific Northwest. A few more questions, guys, and then I'm going to get back to work. I appreciate it, by the way. I need your help. Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking, really. So you saw the rust on the other side. Basically, and we can assume this panel's compromised because it usually is from what I read. If I do this the correct way, I should drill out all the spot welds up and over the wheel well and on the core support. Replace this, replace that, put it all together, back together. But I'm thinking, instead of doing that, what if, just hear me out now, all right? What if I cut this out and replaced it with one piece of sheet metal, overlapping it to sort of tie in and stitch in, okay? And that way I avoid the moisture trapping sandwich that always causes this rust to happen. Or if I don't do that, make a bigger piece that overlaps further in here and have the sandwich out here. But in any case, not taking this apart, because if I don't take this apart, I don't have to worry about the body opening up. I don't have to worry about my door gaps, because all of it will stay steady, and I can just do a brace from the firewall to the core support that'll keep everything there square. What do you think? I know it's not correct restoration-wise, but I think it'll work. If you remember from the episode where I took the windshield glass off, I thought it was going to be salvageable because I just saw this rust. But then when I folded the windshield forward, I got into that. So my question to you guys is, do you think that's really salvageable? I mean, I guess I could take off the hinge, the spot welds, and then fab something up there. It's about just as bad on the other side. You think it's worth it? I mean, a windshield, they're not cheap. They're like $300. But who knows if I can even do that work. Maybe I should try it. I don't know. I'm open to opinions. Let me know. Stripping all this stuff off of the windshield frame. I'm going to take it off anyway. Guys, I know I just asked a lot of questions on this episode, and I appreciate your patience, but you got to think and work. You can't just work all the time, because otherwise you'll make mistakes. I'm not going to bore you guys with taking all these little screws and bolts off. You guys have seen it done. All I'm doing is taking it apart and bagging it, tagging it. I bought a bunch of hefty plastic containers from Target to hold it all in. And I take a piece of paper and I write everything that's in the box and I put it on the front. They're clear plastic containers so I can always see through the box what's in there and what's not. By next episode, I should have the dash out, have the seats out, all this stripped, and ready to either take the motor out or start talking about bracing the body up. Probably going to be a couple weeks because I'm going on vacation. I won't tell you when that is or when this was filmed because I'm not so much worried about my subscribers, but the rest of you people out there, I don't want you stealing my Bronco, right? So subscribe and you'll be on the cool list. But don't, and I'll be suspicious. Until next time.